Are investigating what appears to be another murder. The lifeless body of a man was discovered in the area of Valerie Playing Field, St. Michael, early this morning. The discovery was made after the police responded to a report of about 4 gunshots heard in the area. His identity is yet to be established. Investigations will continue to determine the cause of death. The discovery comes a day after 23-year-old Rico Wazir Reed of Kingston Terrace was killed. He was shot in the head by an unknown assailant on the Wharf Road in the city. Now, anyone who may have information as to the identity of this person and any information that can assist with this investigation is asked to call emergency number 211 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-TIPS. That's 1-800-8477. And investigations are continuing into a shooting incident at Ford's Road last evening, in which resulted in 40-year-old Sean Lord receiving a gunshot injury to his right leg. Reports are that Lord and other persons were sitting under a tree when an unknown assailant fired several rounds. His injury is reported to be not life-threatening. Well, a father of 2 lost his life following a motorcycle crash. 24-year-old Andre Omar Hackett of Foster Hall, St. Joseph, reportedly lost control of the motorcycle in an area called Breakaway near to his home and struck a tree. He died on the spot. When a CBC camera visited the scene, family and friends had already gathered. His death was too much for his loved ones to bear as they were overcome with grief. National Union of Public Workers President Akani McDowell has survived a no-confidence motion. The action was taken against McDowell on a number of grounds. These include charges that he acted beyond his legal authority by instructing Sagicor in writing not to deal with Capita Financial Services, Inc. as brokers for the NUPW's Medicare plan. He has also been accused of failure to settle outstanding benefits, which resulted in the staff of the NUPW Secretariat taking industrial action on more than one occasion. In addition, the NUPW president has been accused of not presenting the minutes and the annual report to the national conference for the first time in the union's 72-year history. However, last night when voting took place, there was reportedly an issue with the lack of evidence to support claims against Mr. McDowell. The meeting lasted for 4 hours, with proceedings suspended for short periods as a result of conduct described by some as disrespectful. A number of members also left visibly frustrated, while others came outside to vent and returned to the meeting. While voting took place just after 8 p.m. and by 9 the result was announced, it was met with shouts of jubilation as Mr. McDowell triumphed with 168 voters in his favor and 45 against. Speaking after the vote, Mr. McDowell said while pleased with the outcome, he was concerned about divisions within the union.
It goes against the very definition of what a union stands for. My task ahead then is to make sure that I unite as much people as possible together, bring together as much people as possible, so that we can have a strong, unified union going forward. There are many things that I want to focus on now that this night is over. I think that I can now put all of my attention in making sure that the public servants of this country receive a salary increase, and that the people who would not have been appointed in the public service receive those appointments.
An author is playing his part in preserving Barbadian culture by documenting in his new book a collection of words used on the island. The book, It's Your Word Against Mine, was launched last evening at the Chattel House Bookshop in Sky Mall. Author Sylvester Carrington was on hand to sign copies and mingle with the patrons. He tells CBC News that even though the words may be different, they still mean the same to others used in the United States. Carrington says the book links words to stories of where he grew up in St. Peter.
If you read the book, you'll find that there are words we use very often that are unique throwback into Barbados. And if you go abroad and use these words, you might get into some kind of trouble, you know. So I found that when I came to the United States first, when I used these words, folks didn't know what they meant. So I had to sometimes translate for them, tell them the meaning of the words. And then I said, no, a book has to be written. But it took a while to write the book because I spent time collecting words from different people, some different friends and families.
And this is the second book for Mr. Carrington. The first is called A Principal's Personal Journey.
I'm a school principal, and what I did for an entire year, every day, I wrote down what I did any issues I had. If I talked to kids, I talked to teachers. What I did was write it down, the time I did, how I resolved the problem, and made that collection of stories every day. It went very well in the United States, not very common down here as yet, but it's a principal's personal journey, a kind of story of my life as a principal for 1 year.
Well, several musicians have banded together to help spread the message of diabetes awareness. The team, which includes persons living with the condition, was hard at work rehearsing for a June 19th show. The show, called Sweetness, will be held at the Plantation Garden Theatre. Musician Adrian Husband says the show promises to be an awesome night of music and entertainment, and proceeds collected will go towards the Diabetes Center.
If I started to list the outstanding artists on the show, I won't stop, but I will call some. Please forgive me if I forget some. But we'll start with the Reverend Dr. Mark Harewood, who is here, who I'm sure will say a few words. Reverend Tony Law, Paula Hines, Alison Norval Ford, James Leacock, Imani, Biggie Irie, Blood, Mark Lord, Tony Grosette, Smokey Burke, Adrian Clark, Ian Webster, you name it, we have it. If I've forgotten your name, or I've forgotten a name, all you need to do is come to the plantation June 19th for Sweetness.
And we'll have regional and international news right after the break. Stay with us.